All right, ladies and gentlemen, how is everybody? Woo-hoo! I'm assuming everyone can hear us just fine. All right. So as you see, I got my buddy Mike here with me. We got 300 people online so far, and here's what I can tell you is that we are super jacked, super excited about everything that's been going on for the last 5 months, really, since we launched 50/50. Some great things have been going on, and I just want to thank everybody. Welcome to our 50/50 webinar, and let me tell you, we are coming to you live from Singapore. That's right, we're coming to you live from Singapore. It's what, 9 o'clock in the morning here?
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock in the morning here. We've been sitting here for the last hour getting ready for all you guys. Once again, I'm David T. Rosen, founder of 50/50 Crowdfunding. This is my buddy and good friend, Mike Butler. He's not only my friend, but he's also part of our corporate team. So you're going to be hearing from him as the days, weeks, and months continue. And before we get going with this call, we want to take this moment to wish all of our Chinese friends and all of our friends from Chinese descent a very happy Chinese Lunar New Year, because that's what's going on right now. Unlike in North America, you know, we celebrate New Year's Eve. We celebrate it for one day, and then we have New Year's, and then it's back to the grind. Here in the Chinese celebrate for at least 2 weeks. So they're going to be partying and really letting the world know how happy they are for the next 2 weeks. And since our last webinar, this is going to freak you guys out. So since our last webinar, believe it or not, we're only talking 10 days ago, we've been to Hong Kong, we've been to Taipei, we've been to Bangkok, we're now in Singapore. And the last couple of days, we got to celebrate New Year's Eve in Taipei, which was only yesterday. And here we are today in Singapore, actually celebrating New Year's Day. So it's really awesome. And as we continue to travel, because we're not done here. We're doing a little Asia excursion. We're going from place to place, all for work, by the way. And of course, we're getting in some fun. We're getting in some pleasure.
We're going to enjoy it.
Yeah, right. We're having some fun here as well. But as we continue our travels, and as we've already had our travels, let me tell you. So this is my first time in Asia, and it's been an eye-opener. It's been really amazing. We've met some wonderful people. And not only the people that are part of our teams, like, you know, that came out to see us, but just the people in general. Everyone's so nice. Everyone's so kind and warm and inviting. And it's just been a wonderful experience coming here to Asia and coming here to all these countries. And I can tell you right now, both of us already know that this is not our last time to Asia. And the next time we come, we're bringing ladies, right?
And as I say, we will definitely be back because the people are amazing. We're having an amazing time, and you really need to experience it. And that's why 50/50 is going to help you get that experience, because it takes money. These places are amazing, and some of the things that you want to see and experience, actually Asia is the place because there's so much history. So,
and there's so much to experience too. Like, I mean,
Absolutely.
just like, I mean, from top to bottom. Like, you know, some people travel, they find a beach, they find a comfortable chair, and they sit down and they stay there. We'll post some videos and stuff like that. And listen, we could have traveled around in limousines, we could have taken taxis, we could have taken cars, but we've been having a blast driving around in these tuk-tuks, going all over the place. Just, you know, it's open air, and these tuk-tuks, they're little small things. It's like 3 wheels with a Formula One engine in it. Anyways, it's been pretty crazy. So now during these travels, we've had the occasion to meet hundreds and hundreds of people that are already part of 50/50. And we've had over 3 dozen people travel. Yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah. When we were in Bangkok, we had over 3 dozen people travel from India all the way to Bangkok to meet us, and that was another awesome experience. You know, some of the things that we've done so far are on my Facebook page and stuff, but it's been really, really great. And here's something else that I need to tell you, because, you know, most people, especially in today's day and age, you know, you've got the internet, so everyone's sitting at home in their pajamas or in their underwear or whatever they are, and you're working from behind your phone, you're working from behind your computer, so you don't really get a chance to meet some of the people that you've been working with. We decided that we really wanted to meet some of these people because they've been doing such a great job, and we felt that it was our duty to come out and meet them. And I know I'm going to forget some names, so forgive me for forgetting if I forget your names, because we've truly met probably 2 or 3 dozen true leaders in 50/50, and they've been doing such a great job. I'm going to name a few. I might forget some. If you remember them, let me know. But we've met Paul, we met Samuel, we met Rohan, we met Hatish, we met Vinod, we've met, who else have we met? Like, just so many, right?
So many.
Yeah. Just, listen, if I forgot your name, don't be offended, because I can guarantee you I'm going to have your name on our next Zoom. By the way, Hatish, when we had our meeting in Bangkok at the Mandarin Oriental, my apologies. I didn't pull you up on the stage. I should have pulled you up on the stage. So here's my big hug to you, saying you're doing a great job. Thank you very much. You are the bomb. Like I said, I'll never forget anybody. We've been doing such a great job, having so much fun. And like I said, the hospitality, the hospitality's been second to none. Now, this call, as you know, it is to bring us up to date on all of the things that have happened over the last, I guess, 10 days or so. And just before I tell you about the last 10 days, you know, we're on the other side of the world right now from where most of my team is. So I'm dealing with our tech people, our sales people, our design teams. I'm working with them. They're all over on the other side of the world. So from basically 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. at night, I'm dealing with the people on that. Actually, no, it's from 9 p.m. at night until 9 a.m. in the morning, I'm dealing with my teams back over there in North America. And then the rest of the day, you know, I'm talking to our people in Australia. I'm talking to our people in Russia, in Singapore. I'm talking to our people in North America, in South America, and Latin America, and all over the world. So basically, even though we are traveling from place to place to place, I've been working 24 hours a day on your behalf, coordinating all the things. And I can tell you it's a big job, but I can also tell you that it's worth it 100%. Absolutely. Right?
Absolutely.
Aren't we? This is great, isn't it?
It is absolutely fantastic. I can hardly wait to fill in my bits and pieces, because I think that everybody just needs to know this is where you need to be. This is where everything's going to happen. This is the future, and this is where we're going to change the world, starting with each and every one of you.
Well, why don't you go now?
Well, why don't I do that? All right. So listen up, folks. Mike Butler here, proud to be part of this corporate team, because for the first time, I can tell you, I'm part of something that I know is not going to end. It's going to continue. It's going to change people's lives because of how, through the cooperative way that we're able to interact with people, we are able to make the resources necessary to the people who need them that can change their financial situation. By changing one person's financial situation, that person is able to help the next person down the road. The bottom line is Everybody needs a lift. Everybody needs to get elevated. And the best way to do it is together. The world today says that we all need to come together, and together we can affect positive change in anybody and anything that we want to. It's just a matter of focusing, having the right system, knowing that you're never going to be let down because the system is always going to be there available to you. David has put together the system that stands on its own, and with the support and help of each and every person that's put into the system, it continues to grow daily. And as it grows daily, it is able to allow you to attain all the dreams and aspirations that you have for yourself, your family. And I'm excited to now be part of this in such a tight way, knowing that David is my closest friend, one of my closest friends, and together we're now going to take this and all the aspects of the bits and pieces that have yet to become, that you're yet to find out about, and change lives forever. When I get home, it is full speed on. It starts here now by communicating and putting the things together. David's doing all the technical stuff. We're working on the marketing side. We're putting together the information so that it makes it easy for each and every one of you to move forward, share the vision, share the passion, share the cooperative way, and make things work the way you want it to. Life should not be difficult. It should be easy. And this is going to make it easy for you to attain all your goals. The bottom line is, everybody out there, when we're here and watching some of the TV programs that we see here, and you see that, it was heartbreaking to see. Last night I'm watching a show and they're showing these kids out there picking through garbage to pick out plastic in India and places like this, where they have, it's their way of creating heat for themselves and to find something, to make something to put in their mouth to feed themselves. I'm telling you, the world needs a different way of getting things done. And this is able to do it, because all it's doing is telling each and every one of us, let's throw a little piece into the pie. Let's throw a little piece in. And by throwing a little piece in, we're all going to get a lot back. But not only that, when we get that lot back, we're now able to go out and lift anybody up. And when I say lift them up, I'm telling you, pick them out of that pile of garbage and stand them on their feet and say, here, this is how you can move forward from here and never have to go and deal with these issues, diseases and stuff. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but it can be done, and it can be done one person at a time, starting right here, right now. And when you do this, and you do it with a passion in your heart, and you can see and understand the vision of what you need, because just lifting up yourself is a great start. But when you can reach out and lift up others, I've done it over and over again in the past, and there's no greater feeling. It can bring tears to your eyes, and it can bring so much joy to your heart when you do it, that it'll change your life, and it'll change what is coming your way. Because stop being selfish, bring it together in a cooperative way, and let's get it done. Ladies and gentlemen, you're in the right place, you're in the right time, and you're with the right people to get it done. And you are our main focus, because without you, the system does not work. It takes each and every one of us, and with what's coming down the road, shortly, it's going to explode and change your lives.
Actually, right now.
I'll leave that to him, because that's the next section. I've said my piece. Love you all, and let's focus and get this thing done.
Nice.
This video is brought to you by P2P Profit, the easiest way to receive $100,000 in 2019 with no selling and no website needed, completely turnkey. Click the link in the description and we'll see you inside the free training course.
And all three of those things are intertwined in the 12 immutable universal laws that govern us all. And that's what we do. And something else that I've said so many times on these live Zooms and when I'm talking to people one-on-one is that this system has been created so that the only way that we can win is by first helping you win. And that's the beauty about this system. And it's the same for you. You first give. When you give, it means you're helping somebody else. Then you share. And when you share, then people give to you. And when they give to you, they're also giving to another one of your teammates. So it's all about helping others. And every single time that you decide to reach out, touch somebody, introduce them to 50-50, what you are doing is you are giving them the opportunity to do great things, wake up their dreams, and become all that they want to be. So ladies and gentlemen, what we've got happening right now is just so big, so awesome, and I'm glad you're a part of it. Now, this call is all about following up on our last call. On our last call, I said that we were going to do 10 things to really help the system, to really help you get to where you want to be. And let me tell you, we've done it, right? So we've done it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go down through those 10 things that we've already done. And as you can probably already tell, like, there's nothing scripted on this call. We're sitting here, we're having fun, we know our stuff, and we're sharing it with you. Now, I did make some points on the 10 things that we need to talk about. So I am going to look at my screen. I'm going to find a couple of things that we need to talk about, and we're going to let it rip right now. So first on that list, which is on everybody's mind, is that merchant service, right? And I have to tell you, it's taken a while to get this done, and we aren't quite done yet. But what I did do, and you probably already noticed, is I put the old credit card system, I put that back online. So people can now use credit cards, debit cards, and all that wonderful stuff to buy into the system once again. I also put Solid Trust Pay up there so that people can buy into the system. So many people from around the world have been using Solid Trust Pay. So I put that back up, and I could have done that a little while ago. And to be honest with you, everything is a learning process, and I should have done it a while ago. But I wanted to get that perfect system because for me, it's all about advancement. It's not just simply about, putting a Band-Aid up there, putting something up there. But, forgive me, I should have did it sooner. It's up now. And here's what I can also tell you is that we've got the new system that's almost done. It's almost ready for prime time. We still have a couple of little things that we need to do to it. And that new system is going to allow you to use every cryptocurrency in the world, every fiat currency in the world, and it's going to allow you to send and receive your donations and stuff like that. We're almost ready, but we're not 100% ready with it. And I didn't want to delay the rest of this great stuff that we've got going on. So right now I put the credit card services back up there. So you can use the credit card services to buy in, use that $29 to get into the system. And then send and receive your donations. Now, as you also know, you can buy one token or a million tokens if you want using the cryptocurrency, which is super cool. And really, that's what's been keeping us going for the last month while we were sorting out the merchant service issues. And folks, the leaders, what they've been doing is they've been buying 5, 10, 20, 100, even 1,000 tokens at a time and distributing amongst their teammates. So even when we get all of those new systems up, use the tokens because they are something that really help, and it's helping everybody in the system, right? So, pardon me. So that's really awesome. I'm just going to move this over so we can see the chats here. Now, something else that you probably already noticed is that we've got a new site. And if you haven't gone to the site, go take a look at the site. We put it up about a half hour before we went live here. It's a really good looking site. As I said last week, I'm sorry to see the emojis go, but we wanted to amp up our game. And yeah, we got a new site up there. It's really awesome. Now here's something else with that new site. Yeah, you see that, right? Yep. So here's something else with that new site is that we've now combined everything all under the 50/50 crowdfunding, the 50/50 CF logo. So that's there right now. If you were only in 50/50 Fast, have no fear. Just 50/50 Fast is pointing to 50/50 CF, so it's not going to change anything at all. Use the same login, use the same password, use your same donor key when you're inviting people. And here's something else. When we combine these two systems all into one, now it's only going to cost you $29 for 6 months for all 8 levels instead of $29 and $19. You can also pay, and I don't think that's on the site yet. It's one of the things I forgot to tell my guys. But you'll also be able to pay $39 for the full year. So that's $39. That gets you the whole year, which works out to about 11 cents. Actually, I think it's about 5.5 cents a day for you to have your own crowdfunding system. So we've got that. That's going to be that's up there as well. So here's what happens, because we know that everybody doesn't want to get in all the levels. So you can join 50/50 at 25, You can join 50-50 at 25 and 50. You can join 50-50 at 25, 50, 150, 25, 50, 150, 250, or 25, 50, 150, 250, and 500. Now, some people don't want to do the lower levels. So if you want, you can just join 50-50 at 250 and 500 and then move to the other levels, because we still have a 1,000, a 2,000, and a 4,000 level to help you to get to your goals faster. You can also join at the 25 and the 250 as you choose. So by doing that, we've allowed you to expand and open up how you want to get started. And it's really, really awesome for everybody. Now, here's a really cool thing, right? And I'm sure that most of you that are on this right now already know this, but here's the really cool thing is that no matter where you get started in 50-50, you can advance through all of the various levels. And if you get started on the 25 and say the 25 and the 50, when you cycle, you can choose to move up into the 150, and no one's forcing you to go up to those levels. You go at your pace. So you can choose to go into the 150. Then you can, when you cycle in that 150, you can choose to go into the 250, and then the 500, the 1,000, the 2,000, and the 4,000. Now, once you're on all of those levels, and by the way, you can get to all of those levels like fast, fast, fast. Within a couple of weeks, you can start on that 25. Within a couple of weeks, you can be on all the levels. Now, I did some calculations the other day. Let me turn this down. I thought this was off already. As a matter of fact, the funny thing is that even though I've been working so hard, my phone's been going nuts. But the problem is it's not going through to me. Most of the calls that are coming through, they're not ending up getting to me. So a lot of calls. So listen, because I know a lot of you are calling me. If you're calling me and I don't return, it's only because I don't get the message or it's not coming through at the proper time. Sometimes it takes hours to come through and so on and so forth. So I'm not ignoring you. I'm still here. Now, as I was saying, if you're on all of those levels, and let's say you cycled once a week, and by the way, it's not that difficult to cycle once a week because it's only 2 people that can cause you to cycle once a week. Now, of course, you can invite more than 2, and the more that you help is the more that you help yourself. So you want to invite more than 2. But if you only cycle once a week, I can't remember the exact number, but I think it was like $96,000 that you would receive in donations every week. And when you stretch that out over the entire year, and again, I'll get the actual numbers later, we'll put it into a presentation format because it's really interesting, because when you factor that out over a year, it's like $1.24 million that you can receive every year by joining 50-50 and helping your teammates, helping your cause, and it's by cycling once a week. So it's really a phenomena. So if you get started in that 25 and you get that $12.50 donation, you get another $12.50 donation, and so on and so forth, and all of a sudden you're trying to figure out what's going on. You really want that. You want that $250 donation. You want that $1,000 donation. Rest assured, you can go from one level to the next. And the beauty about going from one level to the next, check this out. This is probably the best part, right? How your teammates follow you from one level to the next. So the same 2 people or the same 20 people follow you from one level to the next, causing you to receive donations over and over again on all of those levels. So you don't have to have hundreds of people. Like some people, they think that they're mathematicians, but I don't think that they can add 2 + 2. And they're telling people that you need thousands of people to cycle through. No, you need 2. Right? So 2 can get you to where you want to be. 4 can get you to where you want to be faster. 400 can get you where you want to be faster. So it's up to you. You go at your pace. It's not a race, right? So it's really, really awesome. So whatever your dreams are, no matter how big those dreams are, you can accomplish them with 50-50. It just takes heart, it takes commitment, and it takes determination. So that's where we are with the levels. And another thing that I forgot to mention, because some people say, well, David, I joined that 25 level, and now all of a sudden, I'm getting all these donations in all these $12.50 donations and the $25 donations and stuff. And I'd rather those donations go to my teammates because I'm doing well and I want to help my teammates. So you can turn off that 25, you can turn off that 50, you can turn off the 150, you can turn off the 4,000, you can turn it on and off, which you can see in your back office. You got a yes or a no. Turn it on, turn it off whenever you want in that back office. Now I'm getting ready to turn mine off. I haven't had a chance to yet because I haven't logged into my back office, but I'm going to turn off my 25 and I'm going to turn off my 50. And it's not because I don't want the money. I love the money. I've got a lot of causes to help, but I want to see my teammates, I want to see them get to the higher levels faster and faster. So I'm going to turn it off as a gift to my team, not because I don't care about those $12 and 50-cent donations, because I do. Every little bit helps, and every little bit helps you to get closer to your goals. But like I say, I want my teammates. I am here for you. I'm here to serve. Mike's here to serve. We are here to serve. And as you're going to see over the next coming weeks, we've got a huge team. I got a large tech team, and it started. I've had 2 people with me for almost 16 years so far. I've got designers. We got lots of people that are part of our tech team, and they're all and we're getting more and more. So we are here to stay. We are growing, and we're doing a lot of good stuff for everybody. Now, as most of you have heard and seen, I do things not for me, I do things for you. And here's another true example of what I mean by doing things for you. So now, for the first time ever, we keep doing things that nobody else has ever done. 50/50, no one else has ever done. And now it's the most copied system, perhaps in the history of internet businesses. So here's something else that we've done because we care. We've had, over the course of the last few months, many people say, David, I have somebody who wants to donate to my cause, but they don't want to get into the cooperative. They don't want to receive donation. They just want to give that one-time donation to help me to get further in my cause. So now, again, for the first time ever, you can now receive donations, 100% of the donations that come in. So if I invite Mike, for example, and he says, I don't want to get into the cooperative, and Mike says, but I want to give you $100. Mike can now donate that $100 to my cause. I will receive 100% of it immediately, and I get to use that to help my cause. That's what Facebook does. That's what GoFundMe does. That's what PayPal does. That's what a lot of these other great crowdfunding companies do. But they charge you fees of anywhere from 7.5% to 35%, and they hold on to your money. Now, in 50/50, someone who wants to donate to your cause without getting into the cooperative can do so, and you immediately receive 100% of those donations. Now that is big. That is huge. That is cool. Now here's something else that's going to happen. If I invite Mike and he gives me that $100 donation so that I can help build that community service that I want to build, or I can help give to my church, or I can help mend a broken leg, or whatever it is that I want, Mike all of a sudden can turn around and decide, hey, you know what? Look at how well this is helping David. Look at how many people David is helping through this cooperative. Even though I don't need the money, I'm going to join so I can invite my friends. So he might join us in the cooperative. So there's so many good things that are part of this zero fees donations in the cooperative. So again, some of you might be thinking, well, if I invite George and George invites somebody else and they get 100% of the donation, what am I getting? You're getting a pat on the back right now. But tomorrow, you're going to get much more than a pat on the back. I can tell you this for a fact. I know this 100%. So pat George on the back for getting that donation. Now, something else that we've done, I've been talking about this since November, and some of our and other companies, our imitators, they've gone out and done it. So I decided to implement it. So now, all new people coming into the system, they need to get that first donation marked received before they get put into a wheelhouse. Now, I've done this before, and it didn't work out so well for many reasons. I'm not going to get into them right now, but I think we've corrected it this time to make sure that it works smoother than it did the first time around. And our competitors, they haven't got what we've got so far. So now, when a person comes into the system, that first donation on each level has to be marked received before they get into that new wheelhouse. So it's really a great thing that we've done. We did it before. We're now bringing it back. And I think you're going to see a big difference in some of the things that are happening in 50/50. And by the way, just in case you don't know, we have over 97% of all donations that are sent and received, they get sent and received. It's a few that don't get received. And you know, bad news travels around the globe in about a nanosecond, right? So we wanted to stop that bad news from traveling around the globe. Even though 97% of all the donations are marked received, we're going to give you an opportunity to get 100% of those donations marked received, which is awesome. Any company on planet Earth that had a 97% success rate, they'd be doing backflips, right? So we've got something that's really awesome that's going on. So we've done that now. There's another point I wanted to make, and I can't remember.
Well, when you finish up, I'm going to address a couple of things.
All right, cool. You want to address what? Because there was something in my mind.
Okay, so he's busy thinking.
You see the smoke?
I've been monitoring the chat room, and to be honest with you, I'm starting to steam here a little bit, because to the people who are supportive and understanding and really on board and understand that the system is there to work for you, and I see your positive comments, and I see your having the back of 50/50 and the corporation as a whole, I thank you. For the other people who are out there, and I can mention your name, but I'm going to come. But the thing is that what we want to do is we want to let you know that what you see happening here, obviously you are either not in the system, or if you're in the system, you are not understanding that these things happen to take thought, time, and a process in order to implement and get into place and functional. And when they do happen, everything is going to change here. Things are changing as we speak because the work is getting done. But after everything is changed, this system is going to rock your world. And
you know, something else, because we don't have to drag that part on too much. Well, something else that's going on with that is that most of the people that are here that, and I haven't been monitoring the chat, but most of the people that are here that are maybe making comments that aren't great, those are people that are probably in another system. They're trying to make it seem that things aren't happening great. Things are happening great here. Things are happening wonderful here, and it's really, really awesome. Mike went to address one of the people over there, so he'll be back in a second. Now, here's the other part that I wanted to talk about with these donations marked received. Now, over the years, because as you know, we've been doing this now for 16 years, we're in over 150 countries already. We've donated and received almost $1 billion. We've given out over 10 million individual donations, and we've helped close to 1 million people around the world. So we've been there, we've done it. We've got the bloodstained t-shirts, we got the bruises, we've done all of it before. So here's something else that we are now getting ready to implement. And you really need to pay close attention to this, because if you have unsent donations, you will get suspended. And we had that automated process in there before, and we're putting it back in there now because of the fact that we need to get it in there. Now, if you get suspended, it means that you can't receive donations, and that's bad for you. But as soon as that donation is sent and received, then you become unsuspended once again. So that's another piece of the puzzle that we're putting into the system right now. Now, I've already talked about the fact that we've got that new website. And when I was speaking to them earlier today, I'm not sure if they had completed the new look and feel for the sign up and login. If they haven't, then that'll get done. So that's a part of the site that's not in there yet. Now, something else that we've done, and you've probably noticed this when you log into your back office now, is we have an enhanced support system. You'll see, I think there's 5 flags back there. So, you know, we've got support for Africa, we've got support for Asian, India, North America, and so on. And this is all to help you guys so that if you're sending support, sometimes when the translation process happens, you know, you might be saying have a great day in your language, but then when it's translated to English, it might say, you know, my lunch was great or something like that. So we want to make sure that when you're sending your support tickets through, that they come through the way that we want them to come through, and that you're getting your support answered properly. So that's another thing that we've done. Now here's something else that we've done, which is pretty cool. And again, this is the first time, I don't know of any other system, any other member system anywhere in the world that has done what we have done now, is that we've created tokens for you, and it's a password recovery token. We've got the tokens for you to have new members join you, but now we've created a password recovery token so that if you forgot your password, when you log into that back office, it will automatically generate 10 password recovery tokens. If you forget, which, listen, I do it too. I go into the site and I change my password, you know, just because I feel like changing it, or I'm showing somebody how it works. I change my password, and all of a sudden I can't get back in because I forgot my password. Now, when I put in my password recovery and I ask for the email to get sent, it gets sent right away. And 90% of you, when you put in that, your password gets sent right away. But sometimes people forget what email address that they've used, or they've forgotten some information, or the emails just simply don't get to them. So now you can copy and paste all of those password recoveries, copy and paste it, take one of them, put it into the system, boom, you can reset your password. So that's something else that we've done for you now. Now, we've also got a new wallet. I'm going to talk about the things that are still to come, and I won't talk about all the things, because if I talked about all the things, we'd be here until probably tomorrow morning. So we've got the new wallet that's coming up. It's going to do some great things. I won't get into all the details, but we've got the new wallet to come up that's going to help you with so many processes that right now are somewhat challenging if you're sending a donation, say, from Australia over to Canada, for example. So we've got that's being put in place right now. We're almost done there. We've got our Sales Pages Pro, which is already done. Just a couple of things, minor things actually. My programmers are, David, do those minor things that you need to do so I can turn this on. It's a great system. We want people using it. So we've got our Sales Pages Pro, which is awesome, which will allow you to display your personal reasons why in all text, pictures, and videos, and you'll be able to put your own everything. You'll be able to customize everything back there. So if you're raising money because you are passionate about autism, or if you're raising money because you're passionate about your church, or if you're raising money because you want a big boat, you'll be able to tell people exactly what it is that you're raising funds for and do it with flair. So that's something else that's being put in place. I think that's all that we have for this particular webinar. Let me see what time it is. We've been going now for about 40 minutes, and I wanted to keep this particular webinar in a reasonable time. There is a couple other things that I've been saying that we're going to do, and we will do it. And some of the people that I've met in our travels so far, we're actually coordinating our efforts right now, is we've got to get a standardized presentation so that no matter where you are in the world, you'll have a standardized presentation that if you're sitting across I like to call them table talks. If you're sitting across from one person, you'll be able to pull it up and, you know, just show a person, you know, these 5 or 6 or 10 or 12 slides so that they get the genesis of what 50/50 is all about. That will be done soon so that you can understand what it's all about. And it doesn't matter whether you're sitting across from one person or if you're sitting in a stage of 20,000 people. We want to get a standardized presentation. That will be done. We've got a couple of new movies that are coming out. So there's so many things that we've got going on. But again, from my heart to you, I want to say thank you for joining us once again. We're not going to wait 10 days to have our next webinar. We're going to have another webinar. I don't know what day yet, but it will be soon. And I can tell you we'll be in another country by the time we have that next webinar. We will be in another country. We will be somewhere else helping more people. We'll have boots on the ground. We'll be talking to people. We'll be engaging with people. We'll be encouraging people. We'll be inspiring people. We'll be motivating people. And some of those people that we're going to be talking to might be friends of yours. So this is David T. Rosen saying thank you very much for joining us right now. I know you have some questions, or I'm going to assume you might still have some questions. Tell us what you think about the site. We're going to be back to you real soon. Watch for the emails. Check your upline. Let's get busy with it. Let's stay busy with it. Thanks again. David T. Rosen saying good day from Singapore.